আপনারা দেখছেন সময়ের সাথে, সৌজন্যে মাহবুব অ্যান্ড কো অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টস এবং ইউনিভার্সাল সলিসিটার্স।
Thank you very much to stay with we are talking about Tower Hamlets. We are talking about the demand of Tower Hamlets residents, and the residents of Tower Hamlets asking question to John Biggs, and he is giving the answer. John, I have another question to you, that you are a GLA member now, yeah? What do you think, before your election, can you give up your GLA membership role?
No, I was elected in 2012 for 4 years, but if I become mayor of Tower Hamlets, then that is a full-time job, and I will work at it full-time. And I would stand down from City Hall at the earliest reasonable opportunity, and I would stop taking my full salary there as well. That's when Assembly members become members of Parliament. That's what happens, and I would do the same thing.
You don't need to give up from the GLA.
If we can find a way in which I can give up the GLA, then that would be a good thing to do, but a by-election would cost about £300,000, and I can't justify that level of spending. I won't take two salaries. I will work as Mayor of Tower Hamlets,
okay,
and I will also do my job at City Hall, because there are enough hours in a week to do that.
Also, I have another question for you. You know, so far, how many issues are raised for in GLA regarding the Tower Hamlets?
Goodness me, a couple of hundred, I'd have thought. I mean, I haven't brought a list with me, but
that's for Tower Hamlets.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm probably as busy as a lot of councillors on Tower Hamlets issues.
Yeah.
So, transport, policing, regeneration, jobs, employment, housing. Individual bits of casework. I do lots of public meetings in Tower Hamlets. I live in Tower Hamlets, and I know thousands of people in the borough, so I think I'm very much on top of issues in Tower Hamlets. And as I said, my job at City Hall is to make sure that Tower Hamlets and the other boroughs I represent get the maximum resources out of City Hall. So we fought for the Olympics. We brought the Olympics to Tower Hamlets. We fought for housing investment. We've got a lot of additional housing investment. We brought Crossrail, the new railway into East London, which will improve the opportunities for people. I spent many, many years working on the East London line extension, so now the overground, which everyone is using, or many people are using, is really improving opportunities for local people. I've done lots of work on local bus services as well. There's been work with Canary Wharf, with planning applications, with trying to make sure that local communities benefit from that. Shall I carry on?
Yeah. No, but, and can I have one question to you? Can you make differ between present mayor and also your activities, or you? The present mayor is a current mayor, Lutfur Rahman. His activities and your activities.
Well, the Labour Party has asked several times for the mayor to publish his diary, so we know exactly what he does, and he has refused to do that because he apparently doesn't have a diary. So I don't know how many hours work he does every week, or what he actually does with his time. I work a regular 60, 70 hours a week doing my political work and representing people, and I will continue to do that. So I'm not sure what he does with his time. We asked earlier about antisocial behaviour, for example. And if I'm the mayor, I will meet with the landlords, I will meet with residents, I will have regular meetings in bits of the borough where there are problems with antisocial behaviour, and we will talk with people, we will roll our sleeves up, and we will talk with people about how we can solve their problems. If I take an example there, we're in Poplar here at the moment, and the Harker in Poplar, in my opinion, has quite a good policy for antisocial behaviour. And what I want to do is to take that policy and persuade the landlords in other parts of the borough to use good policies like that to help make their estates safer for their residents. Meanwhile, the mayor, Lutfur Rahman, is currently obsessed with building a new town hall. Now, he wants to build a new town hall for Tower Hamlets at Whitechapel, which may be a lovely building, but if I'm a local resident, I'm interested in my estate being safe, in whether my kids will get a good education, in whether they'll get a job when they finish at school, in whether I might get a home if I'm on the waiting list. I don't get up in the morning and ask if I can have a new town hall. I mean, we may need one.
But you know, the Mulberry Town Hall is the rent is more than, I think, near about 50 million, is it?
No, well, the rent every year is £7 million a year, and it could be we can do a better deal. The lease will run out in a few years' time,
And also
and the
the
mayor needs to
washable
worry
and
about that.
debt-free?
Yep. Well, it won't be debt-free. It will cost about 100 million, 200 million pounds to build a town hall there. I don't know how much because we haven't been given the numbers. But it will cost a similar amount to the town hall at Mulberry Place.
So which one is better,
So,
the Mulberry Place
well,
or Whitechapel one?
We don't know because the mayor hasn't told us yet. He's been very secret about this. If I become mayor, we will open up the books, we will look at what the options are, and we will decide what's the best value for local people. But what we will really focus on is building houses and getting people into jobs, not in building this monument in Whitechapel.
Okay.
I think there's a real risk in Whitechapel that what we'll do if we build a nice new town hall there and other things is we will squeeze the existing businesses out of Whitechapel who already provide many jobs for local people.
Thank you. Can I take a question from Mr. Akamat Ali, President of Tower Hamlets Business Association? Akamat Ali.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, John. I would like to ask you a question. On behalf of Tower Hamlet Trade Business Associations, I'm a president of that. I'm representing 12 markets. We're having a lot of problem in the markets. I would like to know, are you having any plan or anything in your mind to improve our markets for the traders' sake? And a second question, I would like to know, I heard about Whitechapel Vision, something going on in 2018. If it's really happening in Whitechapel, the market trader will be lost their jobs. There are about 120 traders. There is 300 people working there. If you become a mayor, are you going to save our Whitechapel market for the traders and local people? Thank you.
Okay.
So if you become a mayor.
Right. So, well, first of all, the street markets in Tower Hamlets are a very important part of the history and culture of Tower Hamlets, and the Bengali community, like all communities before, has taken that opportunity, and there are many people who set up business in our street markets. Currently, they are not doing very well, the street markets, and they need to be supported more strongly by the council. We need better investment and we need better management. We need to deal with things like waste and litter, and we need to encourage people to set up in business in those markets. There's a problem. It's not just Whitechapel, obviously. It's Roman Road Market, it's the Petticoat Lane Market, which is nothing like as good as it used to be. And the important thing is that the markets, not only do they provide produce and goods for local people, but they provide an opportunity for people to get into business with quite a low startup cost as well. So they're a real opportunity for people to become successful and to provide services for local communities. So we need to do a lot better. So you ask a question about the Whitechapel Master Plan, and what worries me about the Whitechapel Master Plan is that the mayor wants to build this shiny new palace there, wonderful new shopping centre, and as you say, there's a risk that will simply squeeze the existing jobs out of the area. The reason I like Whitechapel is because it's got a real character. It's got a history. It belongs to the community. It may be a bit grubby in places, but we can improve that, and it provides opportunities for people to get on with their lives, provide services, and we don't want it replaced by a lot of shiny new shops. We already have those in Stratford in the West End of London. We want Whitechapel to maintain its character. So what that needs is real leadership, talking with business, talking with the community, so we can keep the local character of our Whitechapel and of our Bow and of our Petticoat Lane, so that we can give opportunities for people, and the East End will remain a special place for people who live here. People often ask me about Brick Lane as well, and Brick Lane is very much an emotional heart for the Bengali community, and currently Brick Lane is really struggling because of a number of things. The current mayor has got into a mess on this, so he had pedestrianisation. He's then been enforcing licence conditions which have forced restaurants to shut early. And there's still a problem in Brick Lane with the amount of alcohol that's being used there, with the antisocial behaviour in the side streets. And what we need is the mayor needs to sit down with the businesses and pull it all together more effectively.
Antisocial behaviour or drug or crime or retailing.
Yeah,
That's only for Tower Hamlets or Newham, Islington and other council also.
Say that again.
This antisocial behaviour
or
crime is happening only Tower Hamlets or Newham or Islington.
There's a problem. There is a problem. There's a problem everywhere with antisocial behaviour, but the role of the mayor in Tower Hamlets is to look after the people of Tower Hamlets. And I think that there is a particular problem in the Brick Lane area, because it's now become one of the busiest places in the whole of London at weekends. So thousands and thousands of young people come to Brick Lane. Some of them drink alcohol, some of them take drugs, and we have a lot of complaints about the antisocial behaviour there. And currently, it looks like we're punishing the restaurant owners for problems which are being caused by other people. So we need to work with the police, with the traders. We need to improve the lighting, the security, CCTV. We need to take the drugs out of Brick Lane if we can. We need to do lots of things which will keep the jobs and the investment, but make it a safer and more pleasant place. if you're asking why people don't go to restaurants in Brick Lane, it's because it has become quite grubby and run down in places, and it needs real leadership from the council to improve it, so we can feel proud of it again. And one of my priorities will be to have a task force to look at the Brick Lane area and the Whitechapel area to see how we can preserve the existing jobs and businesses and improve the quality of what we're offering people there, because I think that's what we need to do for local people.
Thank you very much. Can I ask, please?
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.
Can you tell me your name first, please?
This is Mukhtar Ahmed Mizan.
Mukhtar Ahmed Mizan.
Myland.
Yeah.
I would like to ask a question to John. Why do you think that Mayor Lutfur Rahman is working for one community? Does he not see that housing, education, attainment, excellent GCSE results, MEA, university grants, service for elderly and children going to all residents, not just for Bengali?
Okay. Well, I'm very pleased you've asked that question, because currently there is a story in the newspapers that says that I have accused the mayor of only representing the Bengali community. I haven't said that.
Because BBC in Sunday, is it BBC Sunday?
What I said, the mayor is there to represent all the people of Tower Hamlets. What I said was that there is a real problem with his administration, which is that he is helping a small number of his friends to a greater extent, and he is not serving the whole community effectively. If you look at some of the decisions he's made with grant decisions, with disposals of buildings, there is a problem, which is that the mayor has been working closely with a small number of people, and he hasn't been serving all of the people of Tower Hamlets effectively. I think there's a very real problem with that. It's not as if he's been helping the Bengali community and no one else. There are many people in the Bengali community who've been losing out because of his lack of leadership.
John, according to the councillor Alibor Chaudhary, I think he make a complaint that you make a comments BBC Sunday politics, where that you told the primary policy focus of mayor is the needs of Bengali community or Bangladeshi community. Do you think it was fair comments to make?
I think I have been, Alibor Chowdhury has made an accusation which is quite outrageous, and we have objected vigorously. We have asked for Mayor Rahman to disassociate himself from that. Alibor Chowdhury has further to that accused me of racism, and he has made a further allegation which is, he is out of control.
Did you make any comments, this kind of comment that mayor is working only for Bengali community?
I have never suggested the mayor is only working for the Bengali community. The mayor is there to represent the whole community of Tower Hamlets, but I don't think he's doing a very good job of it, and I think he has got into a mess because he has been involved in a number of business deals which have helped his friends in disposing of buildings and other things, and that hasn't served.
Does mean you didn't make any this kind of comments in BBC Sunday that mayor is working for Bengali community?
Can I just add a point on this? I mean, I think in terms of people, I mean, I think one of the things that I heard, and this is about the current cabinet. Okay. The current cabinet is all from the Bangladeshi community, and what is important in a borough that is a multicultural, you need a cabinet that reflected the whole community. But I think it's not about race. I think we should move away from race. Tower Hamlets, মানে যে একটা বাড়ার যে racism যে জিনিসটা, এটা is we moved a long way. I mean, John was part of the team that fought and got rid of Derek Beacon from this borough. He fought against the BNP. He was a council leader that got rid of the Liberals who were really punishing our community, in terms of housing, the kind of criteria, Taraje criteria used for the sons and daughters policy. He has been the part of the team changing that. John was the part of the team when I was the elected councillor, and I was a councillor for St. Mary's. He was there when the LMC land was transferred. He was the chair of the planning. He has history where his contribution is there. And I think what we need to move away from. I think this is very dangerous. We come to an election. Emon election I see, যে আমরা community-রে যে সাদা খালা যে verses, এটা wrong. We need whoever is the best person who would fight and who strongly would be able to represent the values of Tower Hamlets. আমাদের problem is যে একা কেউ cannot do that. One alone person. I mean, I just mentioned it. Alone. One person alone outside Tower Hamlets, because it's easy anybody in the audience, if they are the mayor of Tower Hamlets
Yeah.
and they sell one building, they get £5 million, they could give that money to various things. Let's be straightforward.
Yeah.
আপনিও পারবা, কোনো সমস্যা নাই। But এই মেয়র হয়ে তুমি আউটসাইড লন্ডন গিয়া মানে ওই যে অলিম্পিক্সের লাগে একটা জিনিস আনা বা বিভিন্ন জিনিস ফাইট হয়ে আনা, that's a different ball game. You have to be influential. Individual party ওই যে কইলাম মানে কোনো individual respect party আইছে, independent party আইবো,
Mr. Motilum, I'm talking regarding Mr. Aliyar Choudhury's complaint. Can I come from break?
আরেকটা জিনিস কইছেন যে ওই কাউন্সিল মিটিংও কইছেন
I'm coming after break about this.
Okay.
Viewers, we are talking about with John Wicks regarding our Tower Hamlets and about the Tower Hamlets residents' demand. We are going for a short break. After break, we will discuss again.
Okay.
আপনারা দেখছেন সময়ের সাথে, সৌজন্যে মাহবুব অ্যান্ড কো অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টস এবং ইউনিভার্সাল সলিসিটার্স।